What's going on, Moon Gang? We are back at it again. It is time for your weekend update on both AMC and GameStop. I'll be letting you know how my personal positions are doing. I'll be going over some pretty important fundamental developments for both of these companies. And of course, I'll be doing a technical breakdown of both AMC and GME so we know what price levels to watch in the upcoming trading week. But before I get into all that, as a quick reminder, don't forget to join up with the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button. You can also go over to that bell icon, click on it, and switch it to always so you don't miss any of the daily live streams or video updates such as this one. And also, if you want 2 free stocks, make sure to check out the link to Webull below. You'll get one for signing up and then another one for depositing $100. All right, let's hop into it. So let's just kick it off with alphabetical order. Let's start off with AMC. So AMC closed out the first trading week of March at 805, and then in post market, it's now at 806. But we saw this quick pump and dump, just a little weird action right when the market closed, most likely related to the CEO of AMC having an interview. Nothing too special really came out of it, but that's what we saw right here in some of this action. Just so you know, it was kind of a weird week. I know it felt pretty painful, but I would honestly argue that the bulls ended up winning the week for both AMC and GameStop, and I'll explain more in just a bit. But in terms of AMC, just so you know, it ended of the week pretty much flat, up 0.5%, but I'll explain why really that's a win for the bull camp. But before we get into the technicals and everything, let me know, I want you to quickly know that I'm definitely a bit biased. I have a long position on AMC. I have 225 shares at an average of 885, and then I also own some call options on AMC. I have expiration date March 19th, strike price 9. I have 12 of them at $1.26. So right now I'm down about $40 per contract for those AMC. Just so you know, I want to be very transparent about my own position. In terms of fundamentals, before we get into this chart, you should know that AMC is having its earnings report after the market closes on Wednesday, March 10th. Here's what we're looking for in that. We are looking for, the expectation is an earnings per share of a loss of $3.20 and a revenue of $142.6 million. So make sure you're paying attention to this because it can definitely be a fundamental catalyst, whether that's up or down for the stock. Let's look to beat those numbers. Obviously, that would be very bullish, but if we fall a bit shy of those numbers, that might be more bearish sentiment. So be paying attention to that. That is definitely a big fundamental development for AMC. Once again, after the market closes on Wednesday, March 10th, a loss of $3.20 for the earnings per share and a revenue of $142.6 million. We are looking to beat those numbers. Also, as of Friday, when the market closed on March 5th, the short volume ratio was 21%. As in, out of the 60 million shares traded on Friday, 12.6 million of them were short positions. So there's still a big short out on AMC. The most recent update, the short shares available was 300,000, pretty low. And this is incredible. The short borrow fee is 11.7%. That is some of the highest borrowing fee I've ever seen. Just so you know, this short borrow fee, that's actually on an annual basis. So it's not like shorts are paying this every single day to have a short position. Just so you know, but in the end, the fact that AMC is kind of going flat on the week, that's why I'm saying it's actually a winning week for the bull camp, because each day that AMC isn't dropping, the shorts are actually losing money because they're paying such a high short borrow fee. So I think that really is a win for the bull camp. If something positive comes out of this earnings announcement, I mean, we know that AMC has range. So I think people are looking for one good opportunity of why they should be buying in. And then as it slowly goes up, that's going to put more and more pain on the short positions. We could have a short squeeze leading into a gamma squeeze, vice versa. So it's one of those things that we need some of our stars to align, but it's not out of the question that AMC could squeeze. I'm not saying that it's likely, but I'm also not saying it's 0%. I'm just trying to give my pure full opinion on it. So this is AMC's daily chart. Right now it's trading at 805, which means that AMC has a value of just over $3 billion. But I want to bring your attention to this. The volume on Friday was 60 million. The average daily volume over the past 10 trading days is 185 million, as in the volume's very low. You can see this here. This is the volume on the bottom. So back in late January, early February, the volume was sky high on all of this, the initial first short squeeze. Then it came down. People kind of lost interest, volume low. At the end of the last week of February, volume started picking up. And then over this past week, we're kind of back in that low territory. So that's one thing I'm personally very, very closely watching, is to see if we can just, people need to be interested in it. We need the volume to follow through for sure. And I think volume will pick up the higher and higher we go, or the lower and lower we go. Either people will pile on to another squeeze, or the lower we go, they're going to start to panic sell. So look for that. In terms of the 30-minute chart, here's what I'm looking for. For those of you who are new to the channel, here's what's going on. These yellow lines are technical lines of support and resistance. When I say support, all I mean is a price level that the stock has bounced off of in the past. And when I say resistance, all I mean is a price level that the stock has been rejected by in the past. These are very important because they end up becoming important price levels in the future. Support can stay support, resistance can stay resistance, and they can even switch. Support becomes resistance and vice versa. So that's why we keep them mapped out, because they end up becoming important in the future. Where AMC is at right now, I very much wanted to stay above $8, which is a key psychological level, but we also have a support at $7.90. Below that, we have a very important support at $7.40. On the top side, this is where it's getting interesting. So there is a proven resistance at 840, but on top of that, that's also now aligning with this trend line. So if AMC can get above 840, that would definitively be a change of trend. Right now, we have this bullish upswing, then it's just been consolidating. We've been seeing lower highs, higher lows, the definition of consolidation. And remember, in the world of stock trading, we go through phases. It just ebbs and flows. Consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion. So right here, we had a phase of expansion. Now it's consolidating. So what we're looking for is the next phase of expansion to start, and we have our fingers crossed that the expansion will obviously be in a bullish upswing. So I'll closely be watching 840 slash this trend line for an official breakout. Past that, we know we've been struggling at 9. I mean, it's been struggling it at 9 at least for 3 days in a row here. Past 9, then we have this, and past 10.10, I will then be looking for a gap fill all the way up to $12.91, 97 cents, $12.91. I'm not saying that it's going to stop there on a squeeze, but from a technical perspective, that is definitely what I'll be looking for. So that's what's going on with AMC. I wouldn't say this past week, it wasn't like the Bulls definitively won. I would say they just barely won. And in all honesty, I think the case is pretty similar with GameStop. So let's switch over to that. Before I hop into GameStop's chart, which looks very, very similar to AMC's, I want you to know about my GameStop position. I have 18 shares at a cost average of 156, and then I also own 2 call options, strike price of $200, expiration date March 19th. I have 2 of them. I bought them each just below 28, which means I'm down about $500 per one of those, just so you know what's going on with my GameStop position. So similar to AMC, I am biased. I want these stocks to go up. So just so you know that this is definitely not unbiased commentary. I might be a little bit optimistic, but what's even crazier is I think there's even better reason to be excited, at least what we're seeing in the chart of GameStop. So it closed out Friday by gaining 4%. It's sitting at $138. But right here, over the past week, GameStop is actually up 35%. I think this got lost in the shuffle because on Friday, the overall market had a pretty weird day. Really, the overall market had a pretty weird week, but GameStop was slowly grinding upward. And similar to what we were talking about AMC, trading flat or going up, I really do think is a win for the bull camp. Here's what we have going on in GameStop. The short volume ratio, 26%, as in out of the 31 million shares traded, 8 million of those were shorts. So right now, any new short position, it has to be underwater. Right here, we have 1.1 million shares available to short. That is going up, which makes me think some people are covering their position, but there's still a big short position out there, and the short borrow fee is 1.66%. So that's almost a tenth of what we're seeing on AMC. So really, every day that the shorts aren't collecting profits, every day that the stock is not going down, they're losing money because they're paying this borrowing fee. So keep that in mind. Even if the stock goes sideways, that's kind of a win for the bull camp, at least in my book. I would love to know your opinion on that. So anyway, very, very similar chart to AMC. Volume went up at the end of January, early February, came off. Then we saw a spike at the end of February. Right here, it's slowly bending back upward, which like I'm just picturing as like we're slowly putting the pain on all of these people who are shorting GameStop. It does get me excited. As of now, like I know it seems neutral and it's trading sideways, but the fact that the shorts haven't been pushing it down, that's just bullish strength, at least in my book. All right, so what's going on with GameStop? We know it gained over 35% over this past week, slowly going upward. So in terms of those technical levels that we care about, really we're sitting on top of a tough resistance, so I'm hoping that it's officially transformed into support. That region between 134 137, GameStop has had a tough time getting above it, and now it officially has. So let's look for that to go from resistance into support. Above that we have 158, and then from there we have the bottom edge of this gap at 185, and I am still calling for an official gap fill up to 212. That would be equivalent to AMC's gap fill up to $12.91. On the bottom side though, we do have some support, basically decent support between 115, 119, and then even more support between 92 and 100. So for this upcoming week, these are the technical levels that I'll be watching for GameStop. If you want to take a quick screenshot of that, here are the technical levels I'll be looking for on AMC. But more importantly on AMC, let's pay attention to that earnings report that's coming out after the market closes on Wednesday, March 10th. Thus far, I do think, even though it doesn't feel like it, I do think that the bull camp ended up winning the week on both AMC and GME. I would love to know your thoughts. I know we're all getting a little bit anxious, tired. We're waiting. Is the squeeze going to happen? If it isn't, we don't know what's going on. And no one in this world definitively can tell you how it's going to play out. I think the odds of it aren't amazingly high, but I also don't think it's zero. When I'm seeing, I think there is some reason to be optimistic in this situation, and that's why I still have my AMC and GME shares and call options. I would love to know your thoughts on both of these stocks in a comment below. And don't forget, if you want free stocks, check out that sign up link to Webull. If you sign up, you get one free stock. If you deposit $100, you'll get another free stock. And most recently, the free stock that people have been getting with that sign up is AMC. Whatever stocks you end up getting for free, please let me know. You could reach out to me on Twitter, Instagram, however you want, but I love to see what free stocks you're getting. And also don't forget to join up with the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button, going over to that bell icon and switching it to always so you don't miss any of the live streams or videos like this. Thank you for spending a portion of your day with me. And remember, best of luck in the markets.